Hello, welcome to the Counterattack Playthrough series. We're continuing with the 5th scenario of Operation Dauntless. That's tutorial scenario. We already played turn 1, so this is the start of turn 2. British player turn, reset phase. First thing we do is reset our fired weapons. So looks like we have some mortars that fired last turn. And we also have basically our off-map artillery, so they all reset. Okay, next we randomly draw one asset. Hopefully we'll get something this time. Wow, 4th, no asset. Okay, so that goes 2 turns in the future, so that'll come back into the cup on turn 4. That's too bad. Okay, and that's the end of the reset phase. Now we start the action phase. So let's see what we want to do here. So last turn the British got a foothold in a non-field hex. Okay, so we want to keep pushing in. There's close terrain here. I was thinking maybe these guys could assault into here. I mean, at face value that's 10-2, so 5-1 odds. But there's a -1 shift for being dug in, a -1 shift for being close terrain. There's potentially supporting fire that can come in. I mean, you know, maybe I can get it to 3-1. Maybe that's worth doing. But also this guy can conduct anti-tank fire against the assaulters. I think it's not time to do that just yet. There'll be some other opportunities to assault back here maybe. So instead, I think we're just going to move up and try to get some good combat situations. By the way, first turn, I made a lot of mistakes. One thing, there's basically 3 kinds of ranged fire. There's ranged fire, like just to do an attack. So you're trying to inflict damage on someone. You can do that in the action phase, and also in the combat phase. Restrictions though, you cannot do that kind of ranged fire if there's an enemy zone of control in your hex, and I think I broke that rule a few times. Another kind of ranged fire is when you're doing a combat, you can have units support the combat with range fire. That's attackers and defenders can do that. Kind of similar rules. So enemy zone of control, prevent that. Except there is one little clause, basically, if you're supporting a combat and the enemy zone of control that you're in is one of the combatants and there's no other ones, you can do it. You know, little subtlety. And then finally, friction fire. Friction fire is the defender firing on an attacking player as they're moving and trying to basically stop the units. So it's not the same results or same outcome as a ranged attack, a normal ranged attack. Instead, if there's a quote hit, the enemy unit either has to stop or take a hit. And when I was playing, I just was forgetting that. I was thinking it was just like another range attack, so I was doing a bunch of friction fire attacks. It didn't really make sense. I think it's because I just came off of playing Advanced Squad Leader, where the sort of equivalent of a ranged attack and friction fire are kind of identical. Anyway, so I think the plan is to move all this stuff up, try not to make any mistakes. I need to remember to stop when I enter a zone of control. And just try to overwhelm like this section here. That put me in a good spot. Now what I think I want to do though is prep the battlefield a little bit. These 2 guys are going to be the prime guys that would be doing friction fire. Some of the other ones will as well, but especially this hex. Now I said you can't do range attacks if you're in an enemy zone of control, but these guys are in close terrain, so they're technically not in enemy zone of control. They're concealed from everybody except these guys. These guys could call in some ranged fire, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try to suppress these guys. So we'll go ahead and call in the X6 Yeomanry. These guys, 7. So modifiers are just -1 close terrain, looks like. Yep, -1 close terrain. Rolled a 7, so 7 plus 7 for the artillery batteries, 14. -1's just 1 bit too low to suppress. So I'm going to do another one. So I need to basically roll an 8. Got another 7, that's not good. Here's another one. got a 6. This isn't working out. I'm throwing all my artillery at this one guy. Kind of silly. Especially since he... Oh no, he can friction fire, so gotta decide. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep throwing it in there. This might be silly. So now I need to roll a 9, I think. A 5? Man, this is just wasting all my artillery. Got another 5 for British artillery gunners. 8. Okay, wow, that was really bad. All my artillery spent for nothing. Seems really hard to do, get much benefit out of ranged attacks. You know, those 4 heavy mortars I had, they're way in the back. They have a range of 11, a range attack strength of 5. That would mean I'd have to roll 10. Chances of rolling a 10, I don't know, that's maybe 1 in 6 or something, roughly. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna waste all my artillery just trying to suppress these guys. Okay, I got a 6. I got an 11. Okay, so I have 4 mortars. So just spent 2 of them, marked 2 of them fire. I got an 11. Their strength is 5, so that goes to 16 minus 1 for being in close terrain. Comes down to 15. And I just realized I dug in. Yeah, it's also another minus 1, so 14. Oh wow, that just barely made it. And all I got out of all that mess was a lousy suppress marker. Okay, that's what I wanted, I guess. So, you know, this machine gun with a range of, or a range attack strength of 4. Just want to keep it from laying waste to things. Okay, next. Yeah, I don't know if that was dumb or not. Okay, so next, I think we're gonna move this guy. He's gonna come join these guys here. Try to get a nice little stack here, and then we'll try to keep them together for the rest of the scenario. So it's gonna move like this. Now he can be friction fired upon. He's moving from field to field. This guy can't, he's suppressed, but this guy can. He's not in the zone of control, so he's gonna fire, and he has to pick which of the fields he's trying to suppress the guy in, you know, trying to make him not move. So he's gonna do this one. So let's see, so he has a 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. That's not gonna cut it, even though there's a +1 for being in a field. So not gonna cut it, so this guy makes it. Reminder, friction fire you can do as many times as you want, as long as it's just, you know, 1 unit firing on 1 move. Okay. You know, I think I should get a little, let's see. Maybe I'll try to get someone else into here. I think this machine gun here is going to go 1. And this guy's going to try to friction fire it. Come on, finish rolling. Got a 9. Plus 3 is 12. Plus 1 for field, 13. Just seeing if there's any other pluses. Negatory, so it made it to here. Now the next move, which will be another 1 move, is going into there from a field to something else. It's going to try friction firing again. And he wants to try to stop him here. 6, not going to cut it, so this made it in. Rotate it. Yeah, this guy should have been rotated. Okay, next. Well, we got this guy out here in the field here. I think I want him to kind of slide over here and join up in this group. So he's gonna go 1. Friction fire attack from this guy back here, right along the hex spine. He actually cannot see it in this hex, so I guess he's gonna target this hex. So let's see. He's 3 plus 1 for being in a field. Minus 1, I think, for being 3 hexes away. Let's see. Yes. It's a 7 plus 3 plus 1 minus 1. Nope. So we made it there. Next, he's going to go 2. Next, he's going to go 3, and this guy's going to call ranged fire down on him, I think. Let's see. The spec here is a mortar. Its range is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to call that mortar down on him. The mortar's RAS is 4. It's going to be a +1 for being in the field. -1 for not being an adjacent spotter. They cancel each other out. I rolled a 7. 7 plus 4. Nope. So this guy's coming right in here. Okay, you have some nice stacks right there. In fact, they could probably obliterate this location here. That might be better. So I should try to pile some other guys up on that. Well, I know who that's going to be. These guys. They might as well move as a stack. They're going to go 1, 2. And there's no point in friction firing because I arrived at my destination. And so they're down in this dip. These are the only guys I can see them. Okay. What else do we have here? We have a few mortars in the backfield. We have a couple anti-tank guns, sort of in obsolete positions. This one's still okay. He can spot that. So maybe we'll load this guy onto his transports. 1, 2. And then maybe he's going to go sneak around back here. He'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14? No, we'll go 11. We'll just go 11 and stay there. No one can see him. Some blocking terrain. Next turn, maybe he'll set up over here or something. Okay. And you probably would like to see where he actually went. So, I was thinking maybe he'll try to get into here. I'm a little worried about just making him revealed right now until some of these troops get around the corner. So, but maybe he'll go over here. I don't even see how they're going to be very useful, but, you know, they could do a little bit of support. Okay, next, this might be a little risky, but I'm going to move one of these guys. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. This guy could friction fire on him. Let's see. Okay, let me do that again. 1, he can't see him. 2, he can see him. So he's going to friction fire on him. It's a 9 plus 3 is 12 plus 1 is 13 for being in a field. Nope. Then he's going to, so that was 1, 2. Here's 3. So I'm using a little marker to remind myself how many moves he made. 3, he's going 3 here. That guy's going to friction fire again, try to make him stop here. 11 plus 3 is 14 plus field 15. That is a must lose a step or stop moving. We'll go ahead and stop moving. Next guy. So if I had moved him with another guy, like this guy that was with him, as a stack, I could have like had one flip and then they'd both keep moving. But I'm just doing them one at a time. So 1, 2, friction fire again. 6 plus 3 plus 1. So that's 1, 2, 3. Trying to stop him here. 10 plus 3 is 13, plus 1 is 14. That's just enough to suppress him. He's not going to take a loss. Pretty soon here I'll start taking losses, but I'm not feeling like I need to rush things just yet. I think is that everything? So anyone that does not have a red arrow, like none of these have red arrows, just like the mortars and stuff have red arrows, can fire in this phase, and then they'll fire, then they'll reset in the combat phase, and they can fire again. So should I fire this guy? You can spot that guy. So that'd be best case. I could roll a 14. Yeah, I can't even. I don't even know why these are here. I guess if there's someone in the open, yeah, because 14. Before I even subtract modifiers for close terrain, dug in, that kind of thing, it's just impossible. So I think I'm done. I'm going to save my few remaining mortars for the combats. Okay, we're now in the combat phase. I went ahead and reset everybody that moved. Remove the suppress marker there because it's a new phase. You remove it at the end of the phase it was placed. So what are we going to do here? We're going to do some attacks. I think my first attack is going to be attacking this hex. So, is that what I want? Yeah, we'll do that. So I think these two guys are going to attack the hex. And then, let's see, how many of these guys? So if you have a stack of units that are attacking, you don't have to have them all attack the same hex. I'm going to split them a little. So I think for sure this guy's going to help with the attack, so I can get an armor bonus. So that would be it's like 13 to 2, 6 to 1. It's going to be, cut down a little bit for all attacking from a field. Yeah, it's going to be 6 to 1, cut down to 3 to 1. I'm okay with that. 3 to 1. That's fine. Then if I attack these guys over here, that's 6. What can I muster here? Looks like 8, 16, 21, 27, 27 to 6. Okay, that's like 6 to 1-ish. But these will affect things. Close terrain, -1, everyone in field. Armor bonus. Okay, I like the look of that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this attack first, though. So first, as the attacker, I say like these guys are going to attack there. And then I declare any supporting attacks support I'm going to throw in there. And yes, I'm going to throw in these 2 heavy mortars back here that haven't fired yet. Yeah. Okay, so now the defender decides what it's going to throw in. I think it's going to throw in, well, let's see here. I forgot to spend this mortar here. I think it's going to throw in these 2 infantry guns. And that's it. Those 2 infantry guns. Okay, so we'll go ahead and resolve the 2 mortars. So their attacks are 5. They're doing a ranged attack. Let me roll the dice. Okay, got a 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. -1 for dug in, -1 for close terrain. So no dice on that one. So I need a, is that an 11 or something? Got a 12. 12. Okay, 12 plus 5 is 17. 16, 15 for the terrain and dug in. Yep, 15. Okay, so I got a suppression. Yeah, let me mark these guys all fired here. Okay, and then and this guy, even if I wanted him to fire, I don't think he can even hit. Okay, so the enemy, it's gonna. Oh, yeah, that was kind of dumb of me. Oh wait, no, it's not as bad. These guys, these infantry guns are gonna fire. Their RAS is 2. They have plenty of range. So I need to pick a target hex. So we'll do the furthest one away. I think it's gonna target this hex. Now if it attacked this hex, I'm not sure what that means for like when these guys go attack here. So I want to go check a little bit out. Okay, it doesn't really matter. So they're gonna try to throw some suppression here. The reason is, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but there's more than one, there's at least a company here. It's in a field, and it's one of the attackers. So that's gonna be +3. Yeah. Rolled a 10, +3 is 13, +2 for the RAS of the infantry gun is 15. So that is a successful suppression. Okay, and then they'll go ahead and do it for this hex as well from the other infantry gun. So let me rotate this infantry gun up here. Oops, what am I doing? There we go. Okay, so he's been rotated. Now we'll rotate this one. He's going to fire as well. And so I need a 10. Got an 11. So this guy is suppressed as well. Okay, time for the actual combat. So attacker strength here is 5, was it? Yeah, 5. Here it is plus 8 is 13, 13 to 2. That is 6 to 1. Let's take into account these suppression markers. There's 2 here and 1 here, so that's a net -1. So we're at 5 to 1, 4 to 1 dug in, 3 to 1 close terrain, 2 to 1, or 2 to 1. All attackers are in a field. Back to 3 to 1 for the armor bonus. Yeah, I think that's it. Here we go. Rolled an 8. And 8 is 0-3. Okay, so this guy's going to have to retreat. Or take losses. So his retreat distance is 4. 6 minus 2. By the way, someone was asking what the superscripts on some of these are. So some units have a, let's see if I have one here. I don't. Some units have a superscript. Oh, here's one. A superscript number here on their movement. That's how far they retreat. That basically says, like, override the normal rule, which is your movement -2 is your retreat distance, max retreat distance. Well, that means your max retreat distance is overridden for that general rule. So this guy can only retreat 4, not 50 minus 2. This superscript here doesn't have anything to do with that. That's saying on the back side of this are half tracks. So that guy can load into half tracks if he wants. Anyway, taking 3 losses. I don't want to take a step loss because that would eliminate this guy. So he's going to take 3 retreats and he can go up to 4. So he's going to go, I guess, 1, 2, 3 back to these mortars, and then he'll try to come back up later. And I'll go ahead and remind myself that he retreated. It's not really going to matter. There's no enemies nearby, but he's marked retreated. Okay, you remove suppress markers the moment a units retreat out of a hex. Same with dug in. Okay, we can advance. I think these guys are going to advance together. And do I want him to advance as well? My thinking is, like, if these guys push these guys out of here, this whole group will advance and these guys will stay here. So he's just gonna stay, so I can keep them grouped into like a nice big chunk. So what I want. But I could also do a nice assault next turn. He'll advance. Okay, suppression comes off. I mean, my literal reading of the rules, I guess this should stay here. It says they're removed at the end of the phase, which it's the combat phase, so it's not over. And also the moment all units are eliminated, retreat, or withdraw. So they didn't eliminate, retreat, or withdraw, they just advanced. So maybe I should make sure you can advance after combat if you're suppressed. Yep, they can. Okay, next combat, we're going to do this big one. So I need to declare all these guys are attacking there. And I need to declare my support. The attacker is going to use these 2 mortars here. The defender is going to throw in their last 2 off-board artillery units that are available. So it looks like a 105, if I can read that right, and a 150 millimeter mobile artillery unit. Okay. Yeah, so let's do the British mortars. Do the one that was in the left rear first. And I'm just kind of rolling, and if it's like sort of low, then I'll just assume it's a miss. If it's high, I'll assume it's a hit, and I'll have to calculate stuff. And if it's in the middle, I'll have to calculate stuff. So I rolled a 9. 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 minus 1, so that doesn't cut it. To the other mortar. Rolled a 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Minus 2, 13. That's too bad. Okay. Now this 7 here. I guess it's interesting. It doesn't really matter which hex I'm going into unless there's losses inflicted. So I think we'll go in the one that's more likely to inflict losses since there's no good terrain there. So 7. Plus 1 for fields. Plus 1 for at least a company. So it's effectively a 9. Rolled snake eyes, so that's an 11, sorry. And then this one, it's effectively an 8. Got a 9. 9 plus 8 is 17. Ooh, ouch. Any other things I can do there? Nope, so 17. What does that mean? 17, suppressed plus 1 step reduction. So we get another suppressed marker there. You can get as many as you want, but the most shifts you can get is 3. Okay, so you got another suppress marker there, and a loss has to be taken. So I guess we'll take this. Yeah, it affects the whole hex, even though this guy, did he participate in that battle? No, he didn't. But even if he did, he can be affected. So, it's too bad. The British took a loss. Okay, this guy flips. They're going to be ready in 1 to 3 turns. My top die will be this, bottom die will be this. We got a 2 and a 6. So divide by 2. This guy's going to be back in 1 turn. So that'll be turn 3. This guy was a 6, so he'll be back in 3 turns. 1, 2, 3. That's off the game. So I'm going to put it in the withdrawn box, which is on a chart like right up there, where I'm tracking dead bodies and things like that. Okay. What's the situation? Yeah, let's just do this. So 7, 10, 15, 23, 26, 26 to 6. Remember that's doubled. 26 to 6, well that's 4 to 1. I was thinking that was 6 to 1 earlier. 26 to 6 is 4 to 1, 3 to 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 2, 1 to 1. Uh-oh. I forgot the yellow combat factor of the engineers. I guess that goes to 2 to 3. Ooh, this is looking bad. Armor bonus, so it goes back to 1 to 1. Oops. 1 to 1. Okay, here we go. I think I did that right. Whew, got a 10. 10 and 1 to 1 is 0, 2. Well, got to start thinking, do I want to start taking losses to try to hold these guys back? 0, 2. Well, I have to take 2 losses. Both of these guys would be destroyed with 2 losses if they stood and fought. So there's no point in doing that. So they might as well retreat. And 2 means 2 hexes. So I think this guy's going to just retreat 1, 2. And I think that is legal. I moved away from attacking units. I didn't go through zones of control. I am effectively... I moved no closer to this guy. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure he can move over here. And then this guy, he'll go 1, 2, and he'll try to move up a little later. I do want to just double check the retreat rules before moving on. But either way, they vacated the hex. This is out. Advance. This is what I wanted to do. So these guys will advance as I'm en masse here. And I guess they will all rotate. Okay. All these guys rotate. Those are the only 2 combats for this phase. But I could do more ranged attacks if I wanted. Really the only thing I have are these guys here. And I forgot, these guys could have thrown support in over there. Oh well, because they have a range of 2 and they could have hit that hex. Too bad. Okay, so I think that's it for the combat phase. So I'll just go ahead and clean this up. And I'll go ahead and reset all the British just for fun. And then I need to look up this rule real quick for the retreat. Yeah, so that was an illegal retreat of this guy. You have to be farther away from all units that contributed to the attack. So he was here, he went here. When he went here, that was not farther away. So this would have been, he should have just gone with his buddy there. Yeah. So that is the end of the British player turn, and we're going to start the German player turn just as soon as I do a little resetting here. Okay, we reset everyone. Reinforcements are coming. I think last turn I said there's only one coming this turn. There's actually two Pioneer units, and those are good for not only digging in, but this yellow combat factor is a shift on the defense. Okay, so what do the Germans want to do here? They don't want to just like keep collapsing like 1 or 2 units at a time. So I need to put up a fight. So I think this close terrain here, that's a good spot. It's also a victory location. By the way, the British are in a victory location. Not to mention every bocage hex takes a point away from the Germans, but it's going to happen. So I think what I want to do is like pile a bunch of guys into this location. Try to really defend it. Probably this one too, because it's close terrain. Now these guys, they're sitting out here. They're defending 1, 2, 3 points, 4 points. But it's all going to fall anyway, I think. They're just too weak, so I think I should pull them back into a key position to help defend. Also bring those Pioneers on, get them in some good spots. So first action, let's see, we're in the reset phase, actually, so before I do anything. All of our fired weapons reset, so that's good. I think I want to probably save them. Oops. I mean, we only have 3 on the board. And all off-board stuff is out of commission until we'll get a little bit back next turn, and most of it will come back in 2 turns. So, yeah, we have 2 infantry guns and a mortar. We're going to save those. So this guy, during the action phase, he's going to dig in. It's an engineer. You normally can't dig in a zone of control, but he's an engineer. Oh, plus we're in close terrain, so there's no zone of control. So he dug in. I think this machine gun's going to move back up in here. Just trying to make this extra strong here. And I think we're going to just abandon this area. So this guy's going to go 1, 2 into here as well. Okay, so that's going to give us 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait, no. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 defense. I like it. This engineer digging in. This guy's moving back here with him. So I'll just take his dug-in marker. His dug-in marker's gone. So I'm just not doing really any attacks, just trying to stabilize things here. This Pioneer back here, crossing the bridge, 1 on the road. So I guess it's like 1, 1.5, coming into this close terrain here. This guy's going to move up into with these guys. Now, where do I put this other Pioneer? I put it here. Like, these guys might try to slide around and bang into there. The defense there is only 6, but I can only get 1 attack in. Attacker in, where a lot of guys can pile onto him. This might be a bad choice. So I think this guy's going to come up over here. Okay. So I need to stack that like that. I think that's all I'm going to do is the Germans. So that was the action phase of the Germans. Combat phase. Well, I guess I could have been doing range attacks. Who hasn't moved yet? Like this guy, he can do a range attack here. A 2 into dense terrain. I mean, I think I need to roll like a 12 or something. Maybe. I got an 11. 11. No, it's actually a 3. 11 plus 3 is 14, but then minus 1 for close terrain. So, yeah, he range attacked. Any other range attacks I want to do? The answer is no, because I can't do any anymore. These guys can see them, but These guys are invisible because you can't see through the bocage. Okay, that's the German action phase. Okay, I've reset for the German combat phase. I just flipped everyone around. The combats, I think all three of these guys are going to do ranged attacks. They're going to be one at a time. I'm just trying to get like a 12. I think that's what I needed. 8, 8, 4. So all three guys are going to pretend they flipped them. And that's it. I'm not going to do a combat. That would be 8 against more than 8. That's the German turn. And the end of turn 1. Yeah. So thanks a lot. Catch you on the next turn.